Your subconscious tells you have to stop, but that's normal. It's just self-preservation instinct talking.
Testing every ledge and carefully calculating every movement, Iryna climbs a steep wall at a climbing gym. When she's in the mountains, she has a thick layer of clothes and gear on top of that.
You carry an extra weight equaling to your own on top.
Now she is exhaustingly training for another ascent. 6 years ago, she went to the Caucasus Mountains without preparation because she lost a bet to a friend.
He always told me that he lived in Achhoy-Martan and he could see Kazbek, and I would ask things like, "We have Havarla mountain and everyone climbs it. Why didn't you climb mountains?" And he said, "Well, go climb it and then tell me why."
People in climbing gear stores looked at her amused. Guides disregarded her, and her relatives begged her not to do it. People at base camps thought that this stunning blonde woman is an actress or a photographer.
Americans would come up to me and say, "We cannot imagine what kind of women live in Ukraine if your mountain climbers look like that." And I said, yes, women are beautiful in Ukraine. I understood that something happens to people, that they feel weak, their head hurts at the altitude of 4,700 meters, that they have a hard time walking, cannot get up, and they feel nauseous. I look at it and understand that I have more and more energy the higher I climb. I just feel it.
She ascended Kilimanjaro, the Alps, the Andean Mountains, and the Alaska Range. She says that the main rule is never to succumb to fatigue. She danced on top of the Denali Mountain. The most challenging part for Iryna was to get used to the cold. She turns off heating at home, sleeps with an open window, and takes cold showers.
You wake up in the morning and everything is frozen. Wet wipes, water, your sleeping bag are covered in frost. It was 30 degrees Celsius below zero on Elbrus, and I accidentally poured some water on my pants. By the time it got on my pants, it was already frozen.
Iryna found out that no Ukrainian woman had ever ascended Mount Everest, and it became her new goal, the highest mountain on the planet, 8,848 meters above sea level. It took her 1.5 months to climb it.
Я просидела на высоте 6410 дней.
I spent 10 days at an altitude of 6,400 meters, while people usually do not spend more than 4 days. I was physically suffering there. I had frostbite on my face and had to write so much that when I think about it, it scares me, but that is nothing in comparison with what you do on the mountain, with how you test yourself.
In between ascents, Iryna works as a marketing specialist at an oil company.
I'm not pushing myself, of course. Some amount of time passes, and I understand that I cannot spend any more time in the office after what I have gone through in the past 2 years. I became addicted to nature. I just feel the need, and that's it.
After the highest mountain in the world, there are not a lot of things to conquer. Yet Iryna was the only person in Ukraine who managed to climb to 8,300 meters without an oxygen tank. Next winter, she is planning to climb the infamous mountain K2. No one has ever conquered it in winter. Reported by Yevhenia Burda, UATV.